How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And I am hauling Grace up to the car doctor. I took her out on a road this past weekend or a couple weekends ago. I can't even remember now. And she got a little bit of a squeak in her rear end. I mean, some people might like that. In this particular instance, it's a touch annoying. So, hauling her up there, and it's already like one of those moments where it's like, I gotta take my car to the mechanic. I don't have to call a friend. I don't have to call an Uber anymore. I'm just gonna use the house to pull her up there and drop her off. And then I still got wheels. So we're gonna do that. And then, yeah, it's gonna be a pretty simple day. I'm probably gonna do a live stream tonight. Don't everybody get too excited. This is a live stream that would have happened a long time ago. But we do have a few Vanlife chores we got to take care of. There's a whole big bag of laundry that needs attending to, as well as somebody's litter box is quite stinky right now. We're gonna have to do that, which really just means, honestly, well, it needs a deep clean. Normally I can just, shake out the sawdust that was once pee and pellets, but every once in a while, after continued use, it gets a little yuck. You gotta do a little bit more of a deep clean. So that, and probably some editing for the vlog. I was in a hotel last night with my little girl, but she's headed off camping this weekend with her mom. So I still have the hotel till about 11. It's 8:30 now. Am I gonna take advantage of going to the pool? I don't know if I'll have time. We will see. For now, let's get over to the dealership and drop Grace's bright butt off. And I gotta say here, when I first got the brake system for Grace installed, I thought this monitor was just if I needed to like manually brake the Jeep, like if she broke away or something and it didn't work. But no, I noticed on my last trip that it turns out it will brake Grace based on me braking lucky, depending on how hard I brake. Let's see if I can do it. Yeah, I see that brake active by me just braking lucky. I don't know. I think that's pretty damn handy. And I didn't know that was a feature when I got it, so yay. That surprise probably could have been avoided had I read the manual, but learning. This wasn't exactly the street I grew up on, but darn close. It was definitely the street that I walked when I was going to elementary school back in my youth. It always looks so impressive depending and so different depending on the time of year. Good morning to you, kitty cat. Stella just decided to join us back up here. My lap was no longer acceptable, and unfortunately Penny now has to stare at her butt. Hashtag used to it. Oh, the little fur babies. All right. See if we can hear it. So it's literally just this. Not ideal. Morning, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad. I have an appointment for 8:45. I'm a little late.
Yeah, did you drop the key off at them?
No, they were all on the phone.
Oh.
The guys in the garage there at the
as soon
express
as
lane.
one of them was off the phone, just because you're going to leave your key with them, and then they'll probably just go through a couple things with you.
Awesome. Thank you. How you doing today? Good. It's Friday. You can't complain too much, hopefully. I have an appointment at 8:45. Matthew Allen. Oh, all right. Well, it's weird because it's kind of like, oh, I had to bring her all the way here, but at the same time, I just talked to one of the techs, Damien. Probably doesn't watch, but hi, Damien. He kind of concurs with what I think it is. My initial thought was that it's the shock. because I had Amber get on the rear bumper and kind of jostle the vehicle while I held the shock, and you could feel like wicked vibrations in it. But my second thought immediately was it doesn't necessarily mean shock because it's, you know, bolted to whatever it's bolted to in the suspension. It could be vibration anywhere else coming down through the shock. But Damien just came out with the manager. I did the same thing, and he thinks that as well. Unfortunately, we're living in upside down world, and they don't stock 2022 and up parts. They're not available right now, so they have to order them in from out of town, which probably means like Red Deer or whatever. But Damien was very adamant, don't keep his vehicle here. Don't leave him without a vehicle. He obviously doesn't know that I live in Lucky. And he let me keep Grace until they get the part in, and they're just going to give me a shout. So that's pretty cool. So, all right. Well, I guess we haul them back to the hotel and figure out what we're doing with our day. That changes things when you have your brain like set one way, and now things are different. First things first, I'm going to have to move Lucky in order to hitch her back up, because you cannot dinghy tow, which is what it's called when you pull a vehicle behind another vehicle. You cannot back up while you're dinghy towing. You will do a lot of damage potentially to your tow bar and the tow vehicle. It's just gonna jackknife. I didn't understand that when I first started doing it, but then when I looked into it and read on the FAQ of the company who makes the tow system I have, they said that the tow vehicle doesn't have the ability to steer itself when you're going in reverse, unlike when you're going forward. So we're gonna have to move Lucky, because there's a red and black like sporty car in front of her. So I think what we'll do is we will pull all the way down here with Grace, and we will just park Grace. Oh, let's do it this way, so it doesn't look like too much of a dink. We'll go like this. I know, Grace, but don't worry, sweetheart. We're not going very fast. And then we'll back Grace up. Right about here. Very good. Perfect. Turn Grace off. And we'll go get Lucky. And that gives us, just back Lucky up right here. That gives us a free shot, or a clear shot, right out of here. I can already tell it's going to be a muggy ass day. Oh, July in Calgary. Ugh, and I just left her stuff here. I don't really want to disconnect all this just to pull down a little ways. So anyway, we can just sort of, yeah, there we go. Just like wrap this stuff up here. That should be just fine. All right. Pins. Let's go get our girl. All right, so, I mean, hindsight being 2020, or I guess if I had the ability to see into the future, just driving Grace up here would have been the smarter move. But, of course, if I had to have left her here, then I would have had to have Ubered or taken a cab or something like that, so. All right, so we will head on back down to the hotel. I gotta go get all of my bags out of there and stuff. I'm gonna check out the pool because honestly, I may as well take advantage. It is a hot day in July right now, and I gotta do some running around. I was having issues with my batteries in Lucky, so I actually have Lucky plugged in over at my cousin's house, using the NOCO charger, like my Shoreline charger, to charge up my house battery to try to fix it. I've been overcharging it, or over discharging it, I should say, when I'm using it to recharge my power station. You know what? It sounds very complicated. We're just going to leave it alone. It's really not, but either way, Lucky also needs a transmission fluid change and an oil change. So we got to go pick up all of that. I'll probably do that tomorrow or maybe Wednesday. I haven't decided yet, but we're going to use Grace to do some running around. I also need to drop off my weighted blanket at the dry cleaner. It's time for that to get done. So that is the plan. I got to start Grace because it is hot. I just had a shower at my cousin's house. You can't even tell. I'm already perspiring. You can't really see it, but I got a sheen, which ain't great. So transfer case into, well, you just go up. Oh, you will. 4 high, 2 high. And we're off after I put my seatbelt on. Away we go. All right. Got the blanket in the back seat. Hopefully they can do it. Oh, you a heavy blanket. All right. Well, she needs until Thursday to do it because it's a little low. She said it takes a while to dry, to which I said, no shit. I love them here. I used to bring my suits and stuff here when I was a photographer. But I digress. Now, let's rip over to Canadian Tire to pick up some of the fluid that I'll need for those 2 changes. And the filters I'm actually going to get down at Lordco. I prefer to put an AC Delco oil filter on my van. And the transmission filter, I don't think they sell them at Canadian Tire. If they do, they're probably like Fram and jog on when it comes to Fram. Perfect. Lots of shopping carts because I'm thinking I'm going to need, so I need a big jug of oil, a small jug of oil, a big jug of transmission fluid, and I'm going to have to look it up and double check the transmission fluid. It's been a while since I did it. It's funny, a lot of people think, well, you don't have to do transmission fluid that often. I think Lucky actually is due. I think I'm about 60,000 kilometers since I did my last one, and since she's doing double duty now, towing Grace's butt around, as pretty as it is, she's doing extra work. So when you're towing and hauling and doing stuff like that a little bit more frequently, I should just be doing it based on the fact that Lucky's got a lot of weight inside her to begin with. But you should be doing those transmission fluid changes a little bit more frequently. So I'm gonna look up those capacities and then let's go get some fluid. All right, since I'm just doing a flush and not touching the torque converter, it should be between, I think, 6 and 7 quarts. So let's go figure out what that is in Canadian numbers. Grace is a little thirsty as well, so we'll actually fill up here at the Canadian Tire gas station, which is not a place I usually fill up gas unless I need diesel, but there's a points deal. 25 liters extra money. I don't know. Gotta be smart. Let's go. Wait, where are my glasses? Not going anywhere. Unless you can see everything. Alright, Grace is full up. Let's put this somewhere safe, probably underneath you. Sorry, it might tickle. There we go. Alright, now let's go have some lunch and pick up some filters. Sounds like a plan to me. Okay, so I got my transmission filter and gasket. I picked up a couple bottles of brake clean, but no oil filters at all across like 3 different brands. Starting with AC Delco, then moving down to Bosch. They don't carry wicks, and no Fram, which would have been my last choice. A little scary, and not even one to bring in from anywhere else. So it'll have to be a stop at Auto Value. Hopefully I can get my hands on a Wix filter or Master Parts filter at the worst case scenario. And if those happen to be sold out, then we'll have to go back to Canadian Tire and get Fram. And if that's the case, I'm going to be picking up like 3 or 4 of these suckers, because what the heck? All right. I was able to get myself a nice little box. Set these up. And there we go. So, I think before I go running around looking for an oil filter, I'm gonna rip over to the library that's just sort of over at Quarry Park, not too far from here, and do a little bit of editing. I would like to feel like I've gotten something accomplished in the terms of the editing and the posting a video process today before I have to go pick up my little girl. So let's do that and be on our way. Right. Used to come to this library quite a bit at the beginning of my van life when I had first moved into Lucky, because it was a thing I was doing, finding like all of the different libraries around the city, and this is one of the more hidden ones, I would say, and it's usually nice and quiet. Well, I mean, most libraries are usually quiet. It's kind of one of the rules, but this one's extra nice. Not sure why. Whoa. Got a little bit cooler out here. Maybe we'll be getting some thunderstorms tonight, but that is all done. Now, see if we can go find those oil filters, but let's get the computer set up in Grace to export that video so I can remain efficient. Ooh, the camera catch that? That was a nice little thunderclap. Summer thunderstorms. If I was a teenage girl, I'd love them. All right. Get up the computer from here. Let's see what we can do. All right. And export. Perfect. Let's get the heck out of here. All right, well, I hope they have a couple. I'm gonna go find out and I'll be right back. All right, great success. Picked up 2 of them. We'll just keep one in stock of the Parts Masters. And I also picked up an air filter for Lucky because it's, I mean, if I'm going to be doing this maintenance, I might as well just do the air filter and rotate my tires while I have her on a hoist. So, all right, cool. That is it for that. I'm going to go get my little girl, have my evening, and we will catch up maybe a little bit later, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see how I feel. I hope you're doing all right. Thanks for watching this video. We made it back to where we started the day. Good old Hotel Walmart, and it's very windy. Pissed rain at my cousin's house. You probably can't hear me very well right now. We're going to leave this part here, and we'll see you in the next clip. Bye-bye. I gotta go over to Grace and get paper towel. I left it in the back. So I'll probably just move her back over here with Lucky for the afternoon. I think I have to add another quart of transmission fluid. Those oil filters didn't fit, which was super annoying. So now one's ruined because, of course, like a Neanderthal, I tried to make it work and it got filthy. But the other one I will take back to Auto Value and hopefully get the correct filter. I've got my old filter on there right now with new oil, which is obnoxious. Can I make it before this guy comes? Yep. Just do it. But anyways, I drove Grace all over the place, went over and grabbed a shower over at the Flying J, and I just filled Lucky up and checked the transmission fluid. She's running fine, she's shifting fine, but I think she's a little low, so we're gonna add another quart of transmission fluid. That's the plan anyway. And of course, I don't have any paper towel and Lucky to do that with. It's better to have white rather than the brown stuff that they have at most gas stations. That way I can see the red fluid. So, let's do a paper towel delivery, I guess. Here we go. Yeah, we'll just coast in one all the way over there. Nice and easy. It's a nice break in the weather today, that's for darn sure. 30 degrees almost yesterday. Nice and cloudy, a little bit of rain, and like a high of 19 today. Perfect for this overheating van dweller. He appreciates it greatly. All right. Hi, Lucky. Here we go. Back her up a little bit. I still pull ahead like I'm in Lucky even when I'm driving Grace. And bump, ba, ba, ba. That's a good place to keep your paper towel. What the F? Hi, Penny. All right. Now, let's see if we can get an accurate reading. Oh, I'm gonna need a funnel. I don't know if I have one of those. And sometimes just enjoy a ride back down to your tiny home on wheels. And your even tinier whip on wheels. It's pretty good fun. We just went to the movies with my buddy Mike and we saw Rise of the Beast. Yeah, new Transformers movie. Because we're all big children, and I'm not even going to apologize. But no, it was a good evening. I had Brooklyn for dinner. I didn't have her for dinner. I fed her dinner. And then we whipped over there, and it's nice because the houses are down, sort of locked down at Hotel Walmart, and we got Grace to treat us nice, as long as you treat her nice. Just coming back into our parking lot here, our parking lot. Look at this giant, what'd you call it, a Unimog?
Unimog. I think that's Unimog.
Look at this thing. Wow. Oh my God, look what's on the front of them.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
More than meets the eye. Coincidental? I'm not in first gear. Amber just whips out her phone and she says, you know what? I think I might know that person.
I know, but like, no from the internet.
Oh, a fellow tuber? I've never called anybody.
Instagram.
Oh, Instagram. Okay. A grammar?
Grammar.
I don't know.
Wow.
Wow.
Super. Wait, what?
Anyway. All right, and make sure we nestle the baby at a fleet in between the two tiny homes. There you go, Grace. Shh, hush now. You've done good work. Nailed it. Oh, anything in here we need? Negative. Nighty night, Grace. Nighty night, Amber.
Nighty night.
Sleep so well.
I want to see the kitties first.
Oh, you want to see the kitties? She's so needy. Here, hold this for me. Hold this. Max, I hope I caught that on camera.
No, I think I was right behind you.
Lovely. Let's see if the kitty cats are here. Oh, there they are.
Hello.
Hi, ladies. Amber's gonna give you some love. I'm gonna check your toilet. Although it doesn't smell like you did anything. Oh, you definitely did lots. Well, I'm gonna leave this part of the vlog here because nasty AF. You're a stinky girl and you missed the litter box again. Get your little furry head back in the house. Hi, Grace. Power off, power off. Lucky off. Seatbelt off. Everything's getting off. No, sometimes you just, all right, everybody just calm down. I just had lunch with my friend. I'm doing some running around and a whole bunch of editing today. I'm getting ready to leave for our next camping trip. Sadly, Grace, you will not be accompanying us on this trip. I think she'll get over it, but I'm not going to leave her here. So I got to run into Walmart and get a few things, last minute items, as you do. Then we're going to hitch her up and get her over to Lindsay's, and we'll leave her in the garage over the weekend. So that's the afternoon plan. And I still have not heard back from the dealership. And oddly enough, wait, now I'm confused. I was going to say the noise was gone, but now that's the noise again. Well, she wasn't making the noise yesterday or the day before. Maybe it's because she heard me say she's not camping. Get your poop in a group, Grace. Either way, I haven't heard from the dealership yet, so that will obviously be a next week issue, to fingers crossed. It was very, I'm not going to say chilly, I'm going to say cool this morning, because there's a lot more smoke that's rolled into Calgary, which tends to keep the heat away. But now, it's getting just warm enough to be absolutely obnoxious. So, bye-bye bamboo. Sorry, didn't mean to smack you in the face with my Dixon. And I need a Walmart bag. Hang on. He says hang on, and then he leaves the camera rolling. Where's the grocery bag? Hello, hello, hello. This is bullshit. Reach into the crevice. Pull it out. Come on. There we go. Okay, now I'll be right back. Okay. Gatorade. And all the chips for tacos in a bag. I wonder how that turned out. Now, let's pull Grace around. Lucky's rear end. Get the heck out of here. Ooh. Hello, darling. All right, I'm gonna go do the thing, and we'll catch up when I'm back and relieving her of her brick prison. I don't know. And I'm back from my camping trip. I picked up Grace last night from my cousins, or actually yesterday afternoon, really, when I got back into the city. I had every hope of seeing my little kiddo, but she was busy, and that's okay. And now I've just been hunkered down in Lucky in the Walmart parking lot doing a bunch of editing and tidying in here, and it still doesn't look bloody clean. I'm getting a little cabin fevery. So I do have to go pick up my weighted blanket from the dry cleaner. Feels like it's been just sort of an epic ongoing quest that just has never been resolved. So gonna resolve that today. But first, I'm gonna rip over and have some lunch and just get some people time in. I was gonna say out of the way, but get it in. Get it in ya. Where is the Light remote. All right, you two. Go down to fort. I'll be back in a bit. We've got dinner with Lindsay. Wait. We got dinner with Lindsay and Sadie tonight. Okay? We're going to take Lucky over so that you guys can see Brooklyn. I'm sure she's missing you guys. Yes, you'll notice that the Dixon blanket is gone because somebody really put it to good use. Didn't you? Mm-hmm. Which means I also need to do regular laundry and not just dry cleaning. Let's go. Oh, oh, hey, what the heck? I was out here a couple minutes ago. It's completely cloud covered, overcast. I guess it still kind of is, but the sun found the one little crack to shine through. Hello, darling. How are you? Ah, I've missed you. All right. Let's go get some people time in. If you know me, that's a very weird need. Very rare need, but... Woo! Grace! You warm. Hi.
Hi.
30 minutes.
How are you? Old timer, go back to work in 30 minutes. I'm not eating, so if you have food that you want to eat, that's fine. Or if you want to go in there, all good. I just needed to get out. I was getting cabin fever.
And I've been eating cake all morning.
I'm sorry, what?
Eating cake all morning.
She made a decision. Now that we're in here, I'm thinking I might need a burger. Damn it. That is all that's left from what I ordered, so have at you. Okay. Let's hope they don't have a fee for babysitting my blanket for that long. Oh, nice. All right, no fees. Super nice over here. Back of Grace is in a state. Oh, have a weighted blanket, Grace. Well, thank you very much. Nothing. What are you doing, Grace? It doesn't matter. I still haven't heard back from Tower. Obviously, the shock they ordered is coming from Abu Dhabi or something. But yeah, it's just completely not making the noise at all anymore. So, good thing, but annoying thing too, right? All right. Back down and check on the fur babies, because it's starting to get a little warm out there. Hello, Lucky. We're back. We gotta get your door fixed, Lucky. But, speaking of chipped paint, one of the many quirks that Jeeps have, especially these JL models, is that the door hinges here are very susceptible to rock chips. You can kind of see one tiny little one right there. But I just took her to a little car wash because before I parked her in Lindsay's garage, there was a rainstorm, so she was quite spattered. And I noticed over here, we've got it real bad, right? Chip there, chip down here. On the start of another one right there. I'll have to get that. Maybe we should just peel that off. Either way, that's a known thing, and I was very aware of it. And like a complete dummy, I have procrastinated on getting, you can get these little protective, like clear sleeves that go over the door hinges off Amazon. So I'm gonna order those right now. They won't arrive, unfortunately, before I have to leave for my trip to BC with my little girl coming up here soon. But Amber was able to get me some color matched paint at her work. We've got that right here. So we're gonna cover those up immediately, and that will be more than sufficient until I can get those little protective covers. They're just like little clear stickers that you put on that help prevent this from happening, because as we all know, this is the first step towards some very serious car cancer, which I'm currently battling with Lucky. I wonder if I got this all done by the end of the last chapter. Anyway, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna touch up Grace's hinges here and call that a day on this vlog. I still have much more to do today in reality, but I thought I would get back to Tower in this entry of the vlog and get that shock put in and see if it makes a difference, but number one, they have not called me yet. Thanks, Tower. Number two, it's not making a noise anymore, so riddle me that, Batman. I'm gonna leave this one here, you guys. Until the next one, just go out there, be happy, be creative, be yourselves. Most importantly, be positive, and remember, only dead fish go with the flow.